Hey dear developers, MeshBrush 1.8 is finally ready for release. I apologize for the long wait. I gave my best to try and find the best and simplest implementations for the various features, which takes some time when you also have a job and dedicate yourself to other hobbies and people. Especially people, as many of you devs, including me over the past year, may have noticed, yes, there are other people too outside and the sun and actual real stuff happening. I tried to cut down a bit with the programming until 3 a.m. and wake up at 7 thingy because after a certain age and for prolonged periods you can actually take damage from that. But yeah, without any further ado, I'll stop boring you with my personal stuff and dive right into the update. This one's been juicy, and some of the stuff probably should have been in the package since version 1, but yeah, you can now paint with the left mouse button as input. Yay! Just select mouse 0 as a paint key here in the inspector. Also do this if you want to paint meshes with your Wacom tablet, or any other graphical tablet for that matter. Speaking of which, now yeah, I already spoiled it for you, but version 1.8 supports graphical tablets as input devices. So now you can paint with the keyboard, mouse, or tablet. Please note that I only tested this with my Wacom Intuos, so the experience and or smoothness may vary on other devices based on the device you are using. Please let me know if something doesn't work as expected with the tablet input. It's difficult for me to test it, but I give my best nonetheless. To improve your experience while painting with the mouse or tablet, I've put this scene view lock toggle in the inspector which locks the selection to the current MeshBrush object. If this is enabled, you cannot select other game objects with your mouse inside the scene view. You can inside the hierarchy view though. This lock is like super important when you paint with the mouse or tablet because it avoids accidental deselection of your game object whilst painting. Always make sure to have this enabled when you paint with your mouse or tablet. Furthermore, the precision placement mode is now affected by the slope influence value. This bug was pointed out to me by a user. There is also an align with stroke toggle now in the inspector. You can enable this and the painted meshes will align themselves to the direction of the paint stroke. Note that the more you increase the random Y rotation amount down here, the more the stroke alignment loses its effect. This is due to the rotation randomizers being applied after the positioning and alignment of the objects. Also note this cute triangle counter label I've set up in the inspector. If you enable it, you can basically see how many triangles and painted meshes there are currently under this specific mesh brush group. This is per group. There's also been some complaints about the light maps not working with the painted meshes, and initially I didn't even know this because usually I always use exclusively a full deferred rendering path without any light mapping in my own projects whatsoever. But indeed, the painted meshes do not light map correctly. I just finished my a little more than a week long research in regards to this problem, and I've tried numerous things, and what I found out won't please you for sure. I'm really sorry for this bad announcement, but as far as I know and as for now, the issue isn't easily fixable in a global manner. And what I mean by that is that it's not fixable for all projects. A global manner means that the change fits for all projects, which is currently just not possible. If you follow the link I provided in this video's description or inside the release notes post in the Unity forum thread, you can find out that we are not the only ones affected by Unity's new light mapping approach. Apparently, this is something that is known with Unity 5's new light mapper. in terms of prefab placement. It's too bad, but I'm sure there'll be a solution soon. Let's just wait and see, I guess. As for the rest, I really hope that you like the new features of MeshBrush. And I'm really sorry again for the long wait time. Let me know if you encounter any problems. Oh, and always remember to delete the old MeshBrush version completely from your projects before upgrading. This is so important. There's just no guarantee that it'll work correctly if you just update and overwrite the old files. I mean, you can keep the templates as those are stored in an XML format and they work just as they are. But the folder structure, the files, etc., they may have changed since the previous version, so make sure to always delete the old MeshBrush folder before installing the new one. Cheers everybody and have a great time.